Good. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Launch 45. This is our week 2, and we're going to continue on John Maxwell's book, which is Developing the Leader Within You. If you have not heard the last week's recording, please go to my YouTube channel, which is Jaspong, J-A-S-P-H-O-N-G, and you could pick up all the recordings from previous week. I'm going to start sharing screen with you. Well, today we have a few members from Malaysia and from, what screen have I shared? Hold on one second. So can you see my screen on the PowerPoint? Or what screen are you looking at? Good.
Influence is a skill that, there it is, that can be developed.
Perfect. All right. So this is what we talked about last week. Part of what we talked about last week. I'm going to start from this slide onwards, okay? So we know that leadership is influence. Leadership is not because you are in high power and you tell everyone what to do. You are influencing your team members. Today, we're going to talk about something very, very intimate about our leadership skill. As I was preparing for today's meeting and reading John Maxwell's book, it actually had I'm actually embracing it very, very passionately because this is how I see leadership, and I totally would like our team to move towards the same direction, okay? First of all, the power triangle that we talked about last week, there's the 3 components of this triangle. It is communication, recognition, and influence. This is the true power of leadership. It's not about what rank you are in. It's not about how many members you sign up each week. It is about communication, recognition, and influence. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So today I'm going to dig in deeper on the 5 levels of leadership, and we're going to talk how to mirror this back into our Young Living business. And it has to be I like you to be a little bit more open about that, and we can participate, all right? We know that the first level is position. It is the basic entry level of leadership. It is because of your title, because you are executive, because you are senior staff, because you are someone's upline. Actually, at this moment, can I ask everyone to mute your speaker? And then when we get into discussion, I will unmute everybody so that the recording can be clear, okay? So, just because you have enrolled 5 people and you are these 5 people's upline, your leadership level 1 entry starts from here because of your position, because you're the sponsor, because you are the outline. And these things are not negative unless they become a basis for authority or influence. But they are poor substitutes for leadership skill. A lot of time, I have seen over the years that a lot of sponsor and enroller, they become a control freak. They don't want the people that they enroll to participate with another cross-line members, or they don't want them to be in any groups or any books because they want to control them. So if you lead towards that direction, you are heading for disasters. You need to lead with the position as level 1, but build on. Let's see what build on means, okay? Well, let's go back to level 1 first. The real leadership is more than having authority. It is more than just being a sponsor or enroller. It is more than having technical training or following the proper procedure. Real leadership is being the person others are gladly and confidently following you. The people would respect you. So I'm going to move on a little quickly because we did mention briefly about this last week. For level 2 is permission. So you start off because of your position, because of where you are, because of your qualification, because you enrolled the person, because of your title, because you are a silver, because you are a senior star or an executive. But you want to move on to level 2, which is permission. Leadership is getting people to work for you when they're not obligated. Sounds good, isn't it? If someone is willingly doing things for you, but they are not obligated to do it because they want to. That will only happen when you climb to the 2nd level of influence. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So permission, level 2 is permission, is caring. Leadership begins with the heart and not the head. Flourishes with a meaningful relationship and not regulation. Is level 1 is the position where it often leads to intimidation. Level 2 is permission. It is the leadership, time, energy, and focus that are placed on the individual's needs and desire. People are not unable to build a solid, lasting relationship will soon discover that they are unable to sustain long, effective leadership. I have a lot of people that says, I am trying to do everything that's right, but I cannot lead my people. My people are not interested. My people are not motivated. My question to you is, are you leading by position or are you leading by permission? Are you there because of your title, because you enroll them, because you are a self-made enroller? Or are you there leading because people want to and gladly following you? So that's something that we will come back afterwards and you need to think about it. If level 1 is position and is the door to leadership, then level 2 is permission and is the foundation. You cannot skip it. You have to go with the position and then you have to go with permission. If you skip level 2, that is a recipe for disasters. Because we're going to move on to level 3 to level 5 and you'll understand a little bit more. So level 5, according to John Maxwell, is production. And in this level, things starts to happen. Two things starts to happen. You are leading by influence, and your leadership is now fun. Profits are increasing. Morale is high, and the turnover is low. What does it mean? Turnover is low. That means people are not canceling ER. People are not dropping out of your organization. People are maintaining. People are getting interested. Your profit is moving. Your relationship are stronger. Needs are being met. Goals are being realized. Accompanying this growth is the big momentum. There's lots of movements. So this is where you want to be in the near future. I would think that when you hit silver and gold, this is where you will be. Can you, everyone, just pause and close your eyes and think, I would really like to be in that level, level 3 of leadership. So let's go on because I have something really interesting to talk about and discuss with you afterwards. This level 3 is a major difference between level 2 and 3. On the relationship level, people get together just to get together. There's no objective. You know how when you go to meetings, you go to some get together, it's just a hoo-hoo, ha-ha, feels good get together. But once you get to level 3, it is the results level. People come together to accomplish a purpose. They go home not just having the back scratched. They go home knowing that they have accomplished something. This is what I meant when we say Pure Senses, your neighborhood essential oils community. That we are not just here to babysit, to make you feel better, but we are here to really accomplish a purpose. The healthy living, a non-chemical free home, and also to doing life together. So the 5 levels of leadership, level 4 is people development. Once you hit silver, you want to move towards this. Or maybe you are a people development leader right now, and you are a star or senior star level. And that's fine, because you could build on that. But make sure you go on position, permission, production, and then people development. So how do you spot a leader? I'm going to unmute everybody. I'm going to ask you to... Oh, I cannot unmute because I'm not a host. Adeline, can you unmute everybody? All right.
How do I unmute?
You go to participants.
Okay.
And then
okay.
you see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my question now is, how do you spot the leader? Come on, everybody.
Someone who actually shows a yearning to learn more, wants to develop in a certain area, there's so many different areas. And just a quest for learning and just wanting to absorb all the knowledge they can. That kind of shows that they're eagerly interested in every aspect of Young Living.
Okay. So somebody's interested, and I see that Tracy and Helen says is love the oils and love to share. So we're talking about leadership here, right? You're talking about people who really make it. Because if you look into the compensation plan, you have a compensation plan with you right now? I'm going to go grab it. Hold on one second, okay? It's right here. It's so good to have an office where everything is here. In the past, I have to go find my boxes. So this is a compensation plan. Okay. Oh, no, I meant the income statement. Okay. If you look into the 2015 income statement, only 0.1% people make it to goal level. So that means not all of you are going to make it to goal. Do you want to make it to goal? You want to, right? So how do you spot a leader? Because when you are goal level, you will have at least 1,000 people below you. You are a leader then, right? How do you make it to goal? Let me just see here. Love the oils on ER, loves to share. That's wonderful. How do you spot the leader? Do you look at the leader on how they look like, how they talk, how they dressed? Are they taller? Are they shorter? Is tall person a natural leader? Is an extrovert a leader? Or can an introvert be a leader? Someone who is very organized, can they be a leader? Or someone who is like me, everything, you should see my desk right now. I just cleared out this spot here. If I show you the rest of my desk, you're going to pass out, all right? So can someone who is so messy be a leader? Have you ever thought about that?
It's more, it doesn't matter if they're clean or organized or messy, but if they have maybe a game plan, a goal, like they're baby steps, but taking every step to get to, like, I don't know, planning maybe a trade and planning how they can draw in more people here.
Yeah, game plan is good. And today we're going to give you a blueprint. We will actually have a blueprint for you. Okay, let's move on. All right, I want to talk as fast as I can so that we can get more established. All right, the true leader can be recognized because somehow this person consistently demonstrates superior performance. A leader is great, not because of his or her power, but because of his or her ability to empower others. Remember, leadership is influence. We are constantly empowering others. Okay? Success without a successor is failure. We have to empower others. I want to stop here for 1 second. If you have people under you, all right, and I know all of you, most of you have people under you, you feel the sense of responsibility. You are the leader, you are the enroller, right? But if you are a control freak, you need to let it go. Because our job is to empower others. What does it mean by empowering others? What is your thought about empowering?
Giving them the authority to do things?
Yeah. They may not do the things the same way you do. They may not have the same handwriting that you like it to be, but are you empowering that person? It talks back to our society, and it talks about our background as well. I've lived in Canada half my life, and I was in Malaysia half my life. But coming from the Asian background, Asian parents are not really empowering parents. Remember when you want to cook in the kitchen with your mom, the first thing she say is, oh, hold on, let me just silence my phone. Although they should call me between 12 to 12:45, okay? But actually, almost every hour I'm on Zoom anyways. All right. The Asian mothers, if you want to go into the kitchen and help her, my mama will say, wow, you are what do you say, jaws out that girl? It's like, you are hindering me. I need to work very fast. My wok is cooking, the fire is burning, and I need to go to do that very fast. And you're standing right there, you're hindering me. Or try cooking with Bob in the kitchen with you. This morning, I was unloading the dishwasher, and he was making lunch for the kids. And he says, can you please leave the kitchen so that I can do the lunch, because you are standing in my way, right? So he's not empowering me to cook with him, right? So your people below you, are you empowering them or are you controlling them? Remember last week I told you one of the bosses that I used to work for, and he says he's the brain and I'm the hand. Is that empowering me? That was manipulating. That was controlling. But when I look back now, with so many people under us, there is a lot of people in our group. They are controlling. So, not pointing fingers. I can be controlling. I'm anal. All right. I'm learning this myself. Are we empowering or are we controlling? So let's move on. Loyalty to the leader reaches its highest peak when the follower has personally grown through the mentorship of the leader. We empower others, we mentor them, we help them to be the best of them, not cloning them to be us, not controlling them to be us. So let's move on. How do you move up the level of influence as a leader and becoming comfortable with the group of people around you? So let's say you are a leader and you have 20 people in your home having a meeting together. So how do you influence these people so that you're not controlling them, you are not micromanaging them, but you are empowering them? Number one, you need to know them. Even if they're not in your living room, they're just showing up in your virtual office. Do you know everyone in your organization? I'm the first one to say I don't know everyone. I try my best to know everyone, but I don't know everybody. But it starts from where you are. If you start to get to know them now, when you grow, you will have already established half your goals and you know half of them. Number two is answer all emails and letters. When someone private message you, are you answering them? When someone call you, are you picking up the phone? When someone email you, are you getting back to them? I'm the first one to say is I sometimes my turnaround time may not be as fast as I want. But we should all, when someone take the time to contact us, we should take the time to answer them. I want to tell you a personal testimony that has really touched my heart. Last year in April, I went to Texas, and a friend of mine who is in the same line with us, but cross line, told us one of our Royal Crown Diamond, April Pointer, is in Texas. So she said I should contact her. So I thought, wow, she's my level, maybe 15 up. She probably don't know who I am, and I'm not even a diamond. She probably won't even bother with me. But she said, you know what, just message her. You're in town just to see. She will probably respond to you. So that's what I did. I Facebook messaged April Pointer one evening. By the next morning, she responded and she invited Bob and I out for lunch. And for 3 hours, we sat and had lunch and we talked, and it was the most amazing thing that had ever happened to me. For someone who is a Royal Crown Diamond, 15 levels, I think it's 15 levels out from me. And she told me she would never go to bed with Facebook messages that is not read. That is pretty empowering. She empowered me, and she have showed me an amazing example. I just want to share it with you because it really meant something to me. So the third thing is visit the social event and be there. So if you have a member that's running a marche or running a home party that you are not in charge of, show up. Go and support them. Send a prize. Send something to encourage them. Develop key leaders and influence them. Do you have people that you work very close together that you could help influence them, not control them, but influence them? The top level, level 5 of leadership is called personhood. Now, this is a lifetime proven leadership that will allow us to sit at level 5. Most of us have not arrived yet, because I would say this will be someone like John Maxwell. When he dies, he will be probably the personhood level 5, because he has created a legendary leadership trend for all of us to follow. So I hope one day in my funeral, remember last week we talked about how an amazing leader you are is by how many people attending your funeral. So I hope a lot of people will attend my funeral and I'll become a personhood. And so can you. And okay, there's a few more steps that John has highlighted in his book. He called it the additional insights. And this is where we're going to dig in, okay? Climbing the steps of leadership there are a few things that he's highlighted. The higher you go, the longer it takes. Each time there is a change, or you join a new circle of friends or a new job, or enroll with someone new, you start on the lowest level and begin to work yourself up in these steps. So when you're someone new in your group that has just joined your organization, you start from position again. You are the upline. And then you move up to permission. You build a relationship. Then you move up to production on level 3. That's where they go on ER. Then you see profit and you see a momentum. Then you go up to the next level and the next level. Is it very clear that he has laid out for us? Do you understand the levels that I'm talking about? Yeah? No? Okay. So the next thing is, the higher you go, the higher the level of commitment. This increase in commitment is a two-way street. Greater commitment is demanded not only from you, but from other individuals involved. When either the leader or follower is unwilling to make the sacrifices a new level demands, the influence will begin to decrease. So let's say if you sign up someone and that person never have time for you, or you become so busy in your job, you don't have time to run your Young Living business. So it is not a two-way street. There's no commitment. And you will see a decrease in your momentum. So a lot of people told me, right, I cannot get my people motivated. There's no momentum. There's no growth in my group. Then my question to you is, are you just interested in this business, or are you committed in this business? A friend of mine yesterday, Anya, told me this, and I thought it was very, very, very important. Are you interested in this, or are you committed? Who is committed? So if you're committed, that means you're not just interested. That means you are putting down what it needs to get done. Okay, let's move on. The higher you go, the easier it is to lead. Notice the progression from level 2 to level 4. The focus goes from liking you to liking what you do for the common interest of all concerned, to liking what you do for them personally. And each level climbed by the leader, the followers adds another reason why people want to follow you. Do people want to follow you? Can we answer that? Do you think people want to follow you? Are you a leader that shows that kind of interest that people would want to follow you? Who thinks that people will want to follow you? So what is stopping you from people to follow you? What is a hindrance? What are the things that people are seeing in you that they don't want to follow you? If you think that nobody is following you. Come on, brainstorm.
You try to put it into words.
It can be long sentence. It's okay.
Okay. I think there's, I hope there's a couple that are following me intently, but I don't have a huge group yet, so that says enough right there. Mm-hmm. But in order to have that following continue, it's basically the enthusiasm, number one. Like peace and calming coming back, made sure everybody knew, was hyped up, like if you've been missing it, here it is. One latched on because she actually used it. But then you don't get responses from some because they either haven't used it yet or aren't there yet. I'm finding with the care calls, as I've said to you before, there's a lot of people that are under me that I don't know because they were put under me. So in doing the care calls, I find that that was a really good thing to actually reach out, get to know your people, start talking to them. And I've made a great connection with one of the gals already.
Oh, that's great.
I grabbed a desk reference book for her. She came and she says, I just want to hug you because I've been talking to you so long. And it was just nice to make that connection. I mean, out of 6, if one is like that, I'm really happy. So, I mean, it's just a matter of kind of reading the people. I've got one that was gung-ho, has some issues going on, has kind of said I'm cooling it with the oils at the moment. So I respect that. And I will keep in touch with her as new little things come up or events come up that she might be interested in. Of course, I'll shoot her a line, but just respecting her space and then letting her come back. But so it's just, I don't know, it's the care calls have really been big for me.
Yes.
Because
you're moving from position to permission.
Yeah. And so and I'm having the 2 events at my house. One got postponed, but next week we're having one. I've got a few new people interested, and so does Janet. So that to me is going to be a fun evening. And I've invited the rest of my team as well. Come on along. I mean, you can, as I experienced, you can always learn something even though you've been gone over the basics.
That's
something
right.
Always comes up. So come on along, join the fun. So I think I'm going in the right direction as far as creating enthusiasm amongst the group. And I hope that's what we're supposed to do because I don't know what else to do.
I will show you a blueprint from John Maxwell in a few minutes. But I think, Nancy, you're doing amazing. Your enthusiasm, your creativity, your commitment is really something to be admirable. There's something that's admirable. So keep at it. So 2 things that you mentioned, the peace and calming. For those who are in Canada, if you want to buy 2 bottles, take 1 bottle and put it in the small vial, and you could give it out as sample. Because a lot of your new members have never used peace and calming. Right?
Why I have none left.
Well, take 1 for yourself and make maybe 10 of these small little vial, and you could give it out as sample. I know peace and calming. I love peace and calming. I'm telling everyone that is close to me and says, go ahead and buy 2. If you don't want it, I'll buy it from you. Because I will never hate peace and calming. So back to funeral. If you want, in my every funeral, you can, instead of throw flower, you can throw an empty bottle of peace and calming in the grave. Okay? And number 2 thing, it's very good at Nancy. You are respecting people when someone say they're cooling off. Back off. Don't be a used car salesman. Back off. And last night I have 2 people that have messaged me. Actually 3 that messaged me that have backed off for about a year, 6 months to a year, and they're ready to come back on because they see the consistency of what I'm doing. Once a while I post, and once a while I send pictures on my Facebook, and people are seeing that I'm still at it. And everyone's situation change every 6 months. They may have financial issue now. 6 months from today, they may not. So do follow up on someone, do a little list, and just pick up from where you come from 6 months later. Every 6 months follow up. So let's move on to the next slide. The higher you go, the greater the growth. The growth can only occur when effective change takes place. Change will become easier when you climb the level of leadership. As you rise, other people will follow and even assist you in making the needed change. I have to say, I worked this business for 3 years. They say it's a 4-year career plan. So I've done it 3 years, and I have come to a point where I'm seeing the growth to be quite easy. I'm busy because I want to meet with people, but if I want to make a change, it's easily attainable. I would love to see all of you at this level in the very, very near future. You never leave the base level. Each level stands upon the previous level. And if your foundation is not strong, you will crumble and you will fall. So for example, you have 10 people below you, 2 of them you enroll, 8 of them will stack under you. You don't even know them, all right? So you move from the first level because of your position to permission. And then from permission to result. But if you skip permission, you go from, hey, hi, so-and-so, you are in my organization, I don't even know why you're there, someone else put you there, but well, since you're here, let's talk. And then the next thing you say is, do you know about ER? Do you want to buy more oils? Oh, please come in, it's back, you need to get 2 bottles, just take my words, 2 bottles. They are not going to listen to you because there's no permission, there's no relationship. And the next time you call, they're not going to pick up your phone. And you can text all you want, you could do whatever care call you want, it's not going to happen because you move from position and you want to jump to production. You have to build the relationship. And a lot of people are missing the piece of puzzle, and you don't understand why. However, there are some people that's all about relationship, but there is no position and there's no production. Why? Because they get together, they have wine, they have chocolate, they have beer, they have, I don't know, chicken wings. You do whatever, you chit-chat, you gossip, you talk, but there was no position that, hey, I'm your upline. How are you doing with your oil? The position of, I would like to continue to work with you with your journey with the oil. There's no position there. It's just all relationship, and it will not produce any production. Do you get what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Yeah. So think about each person in your organization. Have you built a solid level 1 position that they know they need something, they come to you? Number 2 is permission. Do you know them? Do they know you? Then you can talk about ER and reordering on all the bonuses. Another thing that I want to bring to point is about the relationship, about permission. I'm not asking us to open up ourselves. I think when I first started, I kind of talk about my history a lot more than I do right now. And I kind of regretted it too. Because, well, at the time, it was 3 years ago, I was only in my new journey 2 years in. So I was pretty raw in my new journey with Bob and the kids. So, and I was still receiving a lot of healings. And a lot of my emotional healing came upon in the last year or so. So in my beginning stage, I opened up too much, which I kind of regretted. So what I want to say in our training today is, when you build relationship, you want to open up, but you don't want to, you don't want to be too personal, because you don't know who is in your organization and what they are going to interpret. So open up just enough that you are portraying a positive image. You know what I mean? But don't close so much that nobody knows anything about you, because a relationship is a two-way street. It's a give and take. I open up my home, I welcome anyone in, but my bedroom and my bathroom are private, right? Same thing. When we share our business, we open up, we welcome people into our lives, but there should be some private. So I don't have to talk too much. I think you understand what I mean.
Well, yeah, business or not, Jazz, that's sort of a standard protocol across the board. I mean, there's limits of what you talk to your friends about, and then
exactly
talk to your friends about it. It's the same thing with the oils. So I mean, that's pretty much basic common sense, really.
Believe it or not, this basic common sense is not basic common sense to a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
If this is a basic common sense in the middle line, some people talk all about themselves. Some people never open up about themselves. You have to find this basic balance. I guess when we grow older, we kind of see it all and know it all. But a lot of new business builder, they always portray the beautiful perfects. When you go to the house, everything is perfect. All the flyers and all the oils are perfectly laid out, color-coded. Then people can't relate it to you. People can't know you for who you are. On the contrary, another person is always open up and talking about the mother-in-law and all the deepest things, then nobody could respect you. It is a common sense that we don't see it often, quite honestly.
Okay. That must be my years of wisdom.
Are you saying you? No. It's true. You know what? It's true. Now we look back. It's also where we are in life as well. Where I am today is different from where I was 6 months ago. But I wish I read about this book. I wish I have this basic 3 years ago.
What is that book, Jazz? You just briefly held it up there. What's it called?
That's the book that we are doing on.
Here Within You, okay.
Yeah. If you could get this book, go ahead and get it because there's lots of information. I'm just summarizing what John Maxwell have to say. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about this. Oh, I cannot finish this week. Okay. So anyways, look at here, okay? The level 1 is position. It's about your right, and people follow you because they have to. Your influence will not extend beyond the lines of your job description. The longer you stay here, the higher the turnover and lower the morale is. A lot of people are at star and senior star level for months and months and months and maybe years because you cannot move up to the second level, which is permission. Permission is all about relationship. It's all about common sense relationship, a balanced relationship. People will follow you beyond your stated authority, and this level allows work to be fun. Staying too long on this level without rising will cause highly motivated people to become restless. So when you have your group that is strong in relationship, you need to move on to the next level to be productive. Otherwise, you will be losing good quality leaders. They will become uninterested. I have seen so many people just give up because they're not interested anymore. So level 3 is production. It's all about results. People follow you because of what you have done for the organization. This is where success is sensed by most people. They like you. They like what you're doing. Their problems is fixed without pulling teeth and because of the momentum. So who thinks that you're in level 3 right now?
I don't have enough numbers to be there, like number of people.
It could be just one person. It could be just one person below you. Are you in the position level because they think that you are the enroller or the sponsor? Do they know you yet? Are they producing? And if they have a problem, can you easily fix that one person's problem?
Okay, with my level 1s, I do think I'm past the permission stage because that's ongoing and we're working on the production stage. I can't say it's mastered, but I'd say I'm on the first little step towards it, definitely. But I mean, I'm not dealing with a mass quantity of people, so I guess
1 or 2 or 5.
Yeah.
That's your circle of influence with Young Living. And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And this foundation that we lay today, when you have 5,000 people below you or 1,000 or 500 people below you, which you will, I promise you, all of you will. When you remember this, it's going to save you a lot of time.
See, and that was, oh, where did you go?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
That was one of my big things about getting to know the people that you put under you. That was because as I said, I know people have to other uplines have to put their signups under somebody. I totally get that, but I really had an issue with not knowing who these people were. So this care call project is tremendous for me because I'm not afraid to talk to a stranger, as you know.
Yeah.
So it's been a great icebreaker.
That is wonderful.
Seeing if there's interest there, or where they're at, or whatever, because I spoke to my upline as to, okay, well, what stage are these people at? Like, have they just got the kit? Have they just bought an oil? Have they just bought a diffuser? And then carried the conversation from there. So as I said, one or two great responses, and oh yes, I'm back on board. That just was wonderful to me. And a couple I was told would be difficult to reach out to, but I'm trying, and all I can say is I try and not get defeated by it, and march on with those that have shown interest.
You are doing amazingly, and as you grow into this production level, building on position and permission, before you know it, you're going to see yourself at the people development level 4. And that is when people follow you because of what you have done for them. You have reached out. You have created the friendship. You have created the trust. And they see production. They see a momentum. This is a long-range growth occurs, and your commitment will ensure ongoing growth. You're on the right path, Nancy.
Well, I hope so. I'm crossing a lot of, I guess, personal hurdles, as you know, with getting a page set up and getting my website set up.
Yeah.
That's for me, because I procrastinate because I'm not technically inclined. So I've reached out to get the help that I needed to get those hurdles accomplished.
Yeah.
Just that little entity in itself, I'm like, whoa, okay, we're on a good track. And so, we just changed computer systems at the house, and I feel my way around is how I say I accomplish things. But I thought, you know what, enough saying I don't know how to do it. So I'm actually going to the library and learning how to do it. So
wow,
that's, I can only talk about it for so long without taking action. So I'm doing that too. So my procrastination level or list is getting less, and that to me is a thing in myself, like the OLA 30-day challenge. Try to do something that you wouldn't normally accomplish, and I feel like I'm really getting there. So if I get those little things mastered, then I'm really feeling like I'm in a really good spot to get to that level 1, level 2, level 3, level hopefully 4 and 5. So as I said, my determination's there right now, and as I said, just crossing those few personal hurdles has just been wonders for me.
The personal hurdles is always going to be there. Even though when you got a new computer, you got a website, there's always going to be something new. It is your spirit that will sustain you. And it goes with every one of us. It's how much you really want this. I have a little flyer that has a little girl holding a sparkle. It says, how much do you want this? How much do you want this? And I will post it again in the business lounge. If you really want it, you've got to go get it. We're almost out of time. We're 5 minutes out. The good thing about the juicy part of today comes in the next slides. So I just want to go 2 minutes very quickly down. And then there's actually homework, but we will revisit this next week from the 5 levels, okay? So it's just a conclusion on the influence. This is the blueprint of 2 things you need to do. Number 1 is, what level are you on at this moment? Are you in level? I'm not talking about with a particular person. I'm talking about where you are in this business. Are you still finding your sense of security with your position? Are you still finding your sense of security because you don't know enough about essential oils? Or you are not a people person, or you can't speak English properly? Are you still struggling with that? So think about that, and we'll go through this in detail next week. Number 2 is, know and apply the qualities needed to be successful at each level. And here are the qualities. I'm going to go through level 1 and level 2 right now. The level 1 is at your positions, your right to be where you are. you need to know your job description. So what is your job description as a sponsor? Anybody? Actually, you know what? We could go into details next week. Think about that, because I realize some people have to go back to work. Be aware of the history of the organization. Know about Young Living. Do you know about the company? Relate the organization's history to the people of the organization. Be a team player. When someone says Young Living is always out of stock, I'm tired. Every time I go online, everything I want to buy is out of stock. What do you say to them? Do you speak in a politically correct way as a team player? Or are you saying, oh, no, why don't you just go to the mall and stage and buy some lavender because it's out of stock with Young Living? It could be anything. The next one is accept responsibility. Is someone bothering you all the time because they're asking questions again and again and again? Know that next week we're going to talk about the responsibility of being a sponsor. Okay? Do your job with consistent excellence. If you are consistently excellent in what you do, people will see that and you will attract them. If you are always grumbling and portraying in social media all the negative one day, positive another, you're not consistent, you're mixing a very mixed up message that people will not know where you are, and after a few weeks or few months after observing you in the back of their head, they will give up on you. Do more than expected. Not just sharing a flyer that you see Jasmine has posted. Create your own. Come out, observe about life and come out. I'm quite proud about the razor flyer that
I laugh at that one, Jazz, because I just took a picture today and my creative juices were flowing all the way home. So you're in for a surprise.
First prize. I was in the shower. Shaving, and I thought, oh, there's a strip. Then I came on the computer in my towel, hair is still wet, and I Googled it and said, oh, no way. No kidding. Then I went to Shoppers and then they came out with that. Observe where you are in life. Do more than expected. Don't just be a helper. Be an innovator. Be a creator. Build your tribe. Build your trend. If you want to make it to Royal Crown Diamond, it's 0.1%. Not just Royal Crown Diamond, to gold is 0.1%. Do you know how tiny that is? If you want to make it, you've got to be the creator. You can't just be a follower. You have to be the influencer. Okay, I'm finishing. Promise. Okay? Offer creative ideas for change and improvement. Just level 2 and I'm done today, okay? Level 2 is permission, which is relationship. Be genuine. Have a genuine love for people. Make those who work with you more successful. I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to end here. Make those who work with you more successful. So you are outlines. If someone below you who is smart, who is creative, who can write better than you are, can make flyers more attractive than you are, how are you going to feel? Honestly. Good? Honestly good? Like genuinely okay with that? Someone comes out, you are trying to talk to your group and you get Google, you can't really speak it, and then someone comes out, whoa, she just nailed it. How are you going to feel?
Good. You know why? She's doing the job for me. Right or not?
I would say somewhat inferior.
Yeah. I mean, human nature. You will be inferior for just a few seconds, even though you, oh yeah, go for it. You will be. I feel inferior many times. I look at some of our leaders. When Lori comes and talk about the virtual office, oh my goodness, she's got it nailed. And she's a natural teacher. Like, the way she explained, I was like, oh yeah. Do you know that when she first signed up, I didn't even know the compensation plan. And she asked me questions that I could not answer. And you can tell that I was trying to show that I know it, but I really didn't know it. So it was because of Lori that I went and studied the compensation plan because I didn't know it. And I look at Kristen, oh my goodness, she's so beautiful. She comes out and she talks, and I was thinking, oh, I just want to hide myself in the hole because I don't have blue eyes and blonde hair. There will be people in your group that will intimidate you. But do you really empower them? Just because you are the outline doesn't mean you have to be higher than them. This is the beauty of network marketing. If someone below me, Nancy, if you could be higher rank than me, you know what that's going to mean? No, don't laugh. There are people that can grow like within a year or two, okay? Do you know what it means? Okay, the compensation plan, right? So platinum, here. How much OGV does a platinum need? Do you know?
I can't
Here.
see that right.
Okay, I'll just tell you. I'll tell you. A platinum needs 100,000 OGV. That means every month, everyone below you needs to buy 100,000 US dollar worth of products. That's platinum. And you need 4 legs at 8,000 OGV. So I have legs, right? You have all the legs. So let's say I have 4 legs at 8,000. What is 4 times 8?
48. No, sorry.
32.
Oh God.
Right? It's 32,000.
Yeah.
So if I have a qualifying leg, 4 legs at 8,000, I only have 32,000 OGV. I need 100,000. Where is the 68,000 going to come from?
I mean, can you have more than the 4?
I do have more than 4. So a few legs crumble, and I'm trying to rebuild. But what I'm trying to show is, even if you have 4 legs, right now you're thinking of executive, you're thinking of silver. Get them to 1,000, get them to 4,000, and then you'll be silver, and you're okay, right? But once you get to the higher level, even though if you have all your 4 legs at 8,000, you still need 68,000 OGV to retain a rank. So let's say if I have Nancy here below me, superpower superhero, and she become platinum. So just from her organization and below, I have 100,000 OGV, right?
Okay, I see.
And then, so she's one of my legs. It's already 100,000. And then I have 3 more legs, is 8,000. I will be sitting on the rocking chair, drinking my Ninja Red, and be very, very happy. So I hope all of us will have a superhero below us. Empower the people below you. Spot the leader in them. See the potential in them and let them grow into that full potential. Don't micromanage that person. Next week, I will go through more details on the 5 levels, and it's going to be homework. This first chapter is ending next week, and I hope we take home knowing that we start from position, then we grow in permission, and then we go in production. We'll concentrate on these 3 levels this week. Okay? All right.
That book, Jazz, is that available, say, like through Chapters or Amazon, or is it only available through that PKS or whatever it's called?
No, it should be available at Chapters.
Okay.
John Maxwell has a lot of books. Okay, so this is one of the books. I love this book. I wish I read that 3 years ago. John Maxwell and Adam Green is also doing a, what do they call that? They call that, what's the name of that? I don't remember the name. That they did that, Multiply. They're going to do a Multiply in 2 weeks. I'm going to get the ticket. I'm going to have it at my house. It's a Friday.
Okay.
I hope you guys get the ticket too. I love John Maxwell. He is very level-headed, very easy to understand. I hope we can all learn from them.
Okay.
A good leader, a good successful entrepreneur, read books. Keep reading good books, not fantasy, not novel, not Stephen King. Okay? Put it a few years. Read good books. I wish I started earlier. All right, I'm going to let you go back to work, go to sleep, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 12 o'clock. Okay? Thank you. And if you enjoy today's meeting, can you please go to the business lounge and invite more people? Because I feel that there's a lot of people in our group will really benefit from John Maxwell's information.
I think a lot of people are actually doing the recordings.
Correct. Last week we have 28 people viewing the recording, which is
I've got to yet to do that, and I mean it is really good to do that, but I like the interaction as well, so I try as much as I can. And I
love your interaction. Please come every week. Right.
Nice to meet you, Adeline. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Yes, bye. Okay, see you guys. Guess what? My Young Living order just came. I gotta go rip open the box.
I'm waiting for mine.
Like 4 coming. I'm so excited. Okay, talk to you later, guys.
Bye. So, Adeline, you need